So the last topic I wanted to talk about was diabetes code. So obesity code, awesome book. It was one of the key books that I had read to get really ramped up into this space. Yeah, what are the new grounds that you're planning to cover? So that book comes out in April, right? So in about a
In
month.
April, yes, in about a month. So the diabetes code is very specific towards type 2 diabetes. And it's important for a lot of people because if you look at the population of the United States, the adult population, it's about 14 to 15% type 2 diabetes and about 38% pre-diabetic.
Yeah,
So almost actually a little bit over 50% pre-diabetic or diabetic. So it actually affects a huge number of people.
100 million plus people. Yeah, it's one of these like
Yeah.
numbers that people like are don't understand.
It's crazy. And one of the things, the main thing that we talk about is that this is a reversible disease. So everybody tries to convince you that it's a chronic and progressive disease, that you got it, you're going to have it for the rest of your life. But it's actually not true. You can actually reverse it. And we see that with studies of, say, bariatric surgery, where they do weight loss surgery. When you lose the weight, the diabetes just goes away. And what I do in the book is really present a sort of paradigm of diabetes, of thinking about type 2 diabetes. And the easy way to think about type 2 diabetes is like it's like think of your body as a sugar bowl. Your body actually just has too much sugar. That's the whole disease. If you have too much sugar, your bowl is full, and then when you eat, all that sugar spills out into the blood. So, insulin, which is the sort of a standard medication for type 2 diabetes, does not get rid of that sugar. What it does is it takes the sugar that's in the blood and rams it back into your body. It's like, oh, okay. Well, your body takes it because it's forced to, but then it's just getting more and more stuffed with sugar. So then eventually, that insulin that you're using is not enough to cram the sugar into the
And you need
body
more and more
anymore.
insulin.
That's what you do. So what we've done is
Yeah.
give more and more insulin. And then because the medical treatment doesn't work, because you never treated the underlying cause, we say it's chronic and progressive. And why do we doctors say it's chronic and progressive? It's actually because doctors simply cannot admit to themselves that their treatment is so spectacularly wrong. Because think about it this way, you're an endocrinologist, you spent sort of 20 years in the field treating type 2 diabetes, and under your watch, like 98% of type 2 diabetics have gotten worse. You know, they're getting worse because you're increasing the medication. So you can either say, one, this is a reversible disease. Therefore, so if you put two facts together, one, it's a reversible disease. We know it for a fact because when people lose weight, the diabetes goes away. Two, almost all my patients are getting worse. The only conclusion you can draw from that fact is that you're a bad doctor.
Yep.
You don't know what the hell you're doing
Right.
because it's reversible, but your patients are getting worse. You're not doing a good job. As a doctor, you can't face that. You can't face that you have no idea what the hell you're doing.
Right.
So then, therefore, you have to change the fact that it's not reversible. It's chronic and progressive, and I'm doing the best that I can. It's like aging. You might want to get young, but there's no way. You always get older. Type 2 diabetes, you say it's the same thing, but it's not true. And that's the problem, is it's not true, and it's a reversible disease. And it comes down to this. What we did was we took a disease that's essentially a dietary disease, and we gave a lot of drugs. And then we wonder, why isn't your diabetes getting better? Because we're giving you drugs to treat the blood glucose, but here's the thing. We're so focused on treating the blood glucose that we forgot to treat the diabetes. You give insulin, are they going to lose weight? No. The answer is they're going to gain weight. So how is that going to make their diabetes better? It's not. It's going to make it worse.
It's a band-aid.
It's a band-aid
Yeah.
because you've put a band-aid over a bullet hole.
Right.
Then you can't see it and you pretend that you're better.
Right.
So these drugs are essentially placebos for doctors. They make the doctor feel good about himself, but they don't do anything for the patients, and that's the problem. But it's such a simple thing. If it's a dietary problem, you got to use your diet to fix it. And here we have a solution, intermittent fasting or extended fasting, where it's completely free. It's available to everybody like tomorrow, and anybody in the world can do it at any time.
Right.
And you're going to save money, you're going to make your diabetes better. And think about it, if you don't eat, your blood sugars will drop. Well, hey, if your blood sugars drop, you don't need that insulin anymore.
Yep.
But what you're doing, of course, if you think about that sugar bowl, is you're letting your body burn down all that sugar in the sugar bowl. Now, when the sugar comes in, it just doesn't spill out anymore. But it's 100% natural solution. Is it fun? No, it's not fun. We beg, we we
Yeah.
beg people to do it. We club them over their way. We threaten them. We yell at them. Uh, we do what it needs to do. But in the end, what we're doing is we're trying to take advantage of the body's sort of own ability to heal itself instead of giving pills.
Right.
And that's where it's really powerful. And that's where we created this sort of intensive dietary management program. The website is idmprogram.com, where you can get somebody to help you with your fasting. We put them
Right.
in group situations where you can get support. We do have this membership site, which you can join for a lower monthly fee, which is not personalized, but you can get things like group fast, which is just like what you do with the We Fast, which is where you have somebody and we'll say, okay, everybody, we're going to fast these days.
Yeah.
Who's in, sort of thing. And we'll have, tips on fasting and recipes for when you're not fasting, all this kind of stuff. But at the same time, it's all dietary stuff. We're not trying to give people medications. We're trying to take that medications away. So it's here we're like, we can save people all this money. Like, even if you don't care about your health, if you don't have to buy that insulin, you're going to save a lot of money. And
Yep.
to insurance companies, hey, your patients are going to get better and you're not going to have to spend all that money on health. Everybody wins.
Except for the insulin producers,
Yeah, we
which
won't worry about
yeah.
that.